for lack of a better term, the sidekick.
Paul, there's an interesting thing that happened in your Power Ascending series and the supporting characters in it.
Yes, so in the Temple books, we have Charlene de Chandray as the main character. But it became pretty clear as I was writing the very first book, Temple Knight, that one of the other characters was sort of going to become, for lack of a better term, the sidekick. Danica, his sister Danica, is a knight in her own right, and she certainly has her own skills to add, and she's just as heroic, in fact, as Charlene is. So she became a major part of the book, so much so that I decided in the end that I would keep her in the series. And in fact, although the Temple books are primarily told from simply Charlene's point of view, there are a few different chapters that are told from Danica's point of view, allowing us to see multiple events happening at the same time. Now, when it came time to do Warrior Prince, there's actually a number of supporting characters.
Warrior Knight.
Oh yeah, sorry, Warrior Knight is the first one.
Yeah.
I always had, of course, the character of Ludwig in mind. And I had him in the very first book come across a couple of mercenaries, Sin and Siggy. And Sin and Siggy, you know, years ago I read a book called Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser. Fritz Leiber wrote them. A really good series if you had a chance to read them. And I was always taken by the concept of having this huge barbarian and this shorter, smaller person. Yeah. So as a result, Sig is Sigwulf, he's the big guy, and Sin, who's a woman, short for Cynthia, is short. So that it started there, and then I sort of, you know, you think tall and short, Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello, kind of got that comedic thing going. So they're both mercenaries, and I gave them what I thought was an intriguing backstory, and they become fast friends of Ludwig, the main character. In the end, they stick with him. They go with him back to his home, and then of course they're in the rest of the books as well. The other character that originally I was going to kill off,
yes,
was the character of Charlotte. Now she's introduced in Warrior Lord, and the main character, Ludwig, he's told by the king that he's going to go up to another duchy and get married. It's an arranged marriage. And originally she was slated to simply be his wife through an arranged marriage, and she was going to die in childbirth. I thought better of that. I thought when I developed the character, I decided to give her something to make her character more intriguing, and she became a major part of the story, so much so that by the end of Warrior Prince, she's essentially on an equal footing with Ludwig. They're both very powerful, charismatic individuals in their own way.